Excellent. So, Scott, I don't know how long we've got left because we're actually over 11 o'clock now. But
it's fine with me.
How are you dealing with it on a personal level, all this? Because, I mean, you must be right in the thick of what's going on, and clearly you are putting two and two together with the wider picture of all this. Are you dealing with it all on a human level? How are you with it all?
Well, it's nice of you to ask. You know, when I go to these Codex meetings, it's not like I go with a bunch of friends there. And usually the Canadian meeting occurs on my birthday, so I'm quite used to spending it alone in the company of strangers. But having said that, you know, I'm just generally an optimistic person anyway. I think ultimately we will prevail. It's just, you know, what kind of hell do we have to go through in the meantime to, you know, to make sure that we prevail and that we stay healthy during that and that of our loved ones. So it's really important to take care of the person. At the same time, not forget the community and don't forget that by working together we'll be a lot stronger than working individually. And what I've seen is a lot more networking happening, a lot more people just really awakening and realizing that the BBC and CNN and all those mainstream media type sources of information are not telling you the truth. And also, and I touched on it earlier and I want to repeat it because it's so important, you know, these people are smart, the powers that be. They are not dummies. They didn't get to where they were by being dumb. And so they see this. So a lot of times what they'll do is they'll interject into our midst, various people who talk the right language, who sound right and all of that, but are meant to misdirect our efforts down a blind alley. You contribute a lot of money to them, you listen to what they say, but basically they're just agents working for the powers that be and are meant to lead us down a garden path or make us waste our money. Yeah, disinformation agents. And we all have to be aware of it. I mean, obviously you guys are, but it's really important to take a lot of things that are said with a grain of salt, even if they seem to come from someone who's talking the right language and all of that. I notice this a lot in the Christian community, by the way. It's real easy to fool Christians because all you have to do is tell them, oh, I'm a Christian plumber. They go, oh, he must be honest. And then when their pipes aren't repaired and, you know, they have water flooding the bottom of the basement till it comes up to first floor, then they're going, hey, wait, he was a Christian. Well, that Christian just left with 2,000 pounds of your money. So, you know, it gets them every time. Just say you're Christian and you waltz right into their confidence. So we have to be careful.
Yeah. Is there any way for the listeners to get involved in what you're doing at the National Health Federation, maybe to help out, volunteer in some kind of way? I mean, there's quite a lot of countries covered by this radio. There were 16 different countries at the last check. But say, like, for people here in the UK, is there any way we can get involved? Do you have a UK network of some kind?
Yes, we actually do. We have an NHF UK, which was started about a year and a few months ago, and is run by a woman named Dr. Glenda Davies. But to be honest, we need to find someone she's so busy with her time that she hasn't been able to devote enough. We really need someone to come in and take control of that. But we have a large number of followers and members in the UK and in Ireland. We have an NHF Ireland as well. We have an NH Holland that we just started up, NHF Sweden, NHF Finland, NHF Germany. And so we're actually quite active, and I think we're going to combine them all into NHF Europe. But the fact of the matter is, yes, please send an email. Join our email list. It's free, absolutely free. You sign up. We keep your contact information confidential. Actually, there are only 3 people in our organization that have access to it, and we don't sell it or trade it or spam you. But the fact of the matter is, write us, tell us you want to be involved actively, and we'll put you in touch. I don't care where you are in the UK or even in other countries. We'll put you in touch with the local person, but we actually need some leader types in the UK to help take on this job. That's really one of our most important things. We have some really good people, and I've been going to the UK a lot to give speeches, mostly in Western England, Stroud, Glastonbury, Totnes, that sort of thing. And London was the most recent one at an event put on by Ian Crane called the Alternative View 4. And those are quite good events for your people, your listeners to go to. But definitely please join us. You can become a member. It's not expensive. You can become an associate member for about, I think it's 20 or 25 pounds yearly. And you can sign up on the e-list, as I said, for free. But we really need someone to come in and help with the work. We really do. So please contact us. So the address again, the site is www.thenhf, that's THENHF.com. And there's a button saying contact us, and you can just email us through that and let us know. And we'll respond promptly.
That's brilliant. I'll be helping out. I've just noticed there's a bit of your Texan coming out and seeing your W.
Oh, yeah, I'm old style, I guess. Old style.
There's a Canadian in there as well, I can hear that. So, yeah, I mean, all of the listeners there, Codex Alimentarius is a particular focus of interest on quite a few people out there. This is your opportunity to actually get involved. We all have a period of waking up and then wonder, well, what do we do now? Well, you can get involved. And I can't think of a better way. Put it this way, if we all either starve to death or die of various diseases, none of us are going to be free, are we? So the first thing is to carry your vessel, if you must have one. Yeah?
Right.
Now,
right.
A little later on, I just want to give a shout out. I'll try and do this again later on, but I'm terrified I forget in case Angela gives me a thick ear again. So our last song this evening is dedicated to a couple of our members who've they're actually living in North Devon, I believe. Steve and Lisa Oliver, who've just got married. So very great congratulations from everyone at North East Truth on that, and long may you both prosper. So the song at the end of the show, which will possibly be about 12:30 now, is dedicated to Steve and Lisa.
11:30.
That's what I said, wasn't it? So anyway, Scott, we were discussing some stuff earlier on. What would you say at the moment's the most important thing for us to do at this stage with Codex Alimentarius specifically? What's the most prescient thing?
Well, I would suggest that people be informed. Go to our site, click on the Codex button, and you'll read the latest information. If you sign up on our email list, you'll get the latest information. So first and foremost is to be informed. Now, there are a number of couple of groups out there that are giving misinformation or disinformation. They said things like, oh, Codex law or Codex itself will take effect as of December 31, 2009. Well, that was a flat-out untruth, just as it was when they said that July 31, 2005, Codex would remove all vitamin and mineral supplements from American food store shelves. Well, that didn't happen either. So you've got to pick your information correctly, your source of information correctly. And if I may be immodest again to say, please go to our website, because at least we have a good reputation for telling you what the facts are. We may not give you good news all the time, but we'll give it to you truthfully. So go to our website, www.thenhf.com, and sign up on the list and click on the Codex button. Secondly, there's what you can do is help support getting out our information on Codex to others, and we even have flyers and the like. If there are any people who want to translate it into other languages, we welcome that. We already have Codex information in German, Dutch, and Swedish. And so I would strongly urge that any translators among your listeners contact us for that. The other thing to do is even though it seems like a forlorn hope, is to contact your legislators, your members of parliament in this case, in the UK and start educating them about Codex, even though they can't really do anything about it because most of your power has been ceded to Brussels. You could try to contact your MEPs as well to acquaint them with what's going on, the real facts with Codex, and your displeasure with it, because all of this will accumulate over time. And then the absolute last thing is, maybe not last thing, but an additional thing, is to try to encourage, in the case of Britain, to disengage from all of its sovereignty limiting treaties and the like. Try to cut the ties with that so it will cut your ties with Codex. That's really where you will win if you win on anything. It will be that. It's a big job, a big task, but you've got to start somewhere, and you won't get anywhere if you don't start. I mean, success, who was it, Robert Collier, who said, success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out. So what you want to do is be, like I said, persistently vocal, but do little things every day that you can to advance your agenda. That's how we'll win. It's not through some big, dramatic Hollywood-style event that wins the battle in the very last 3 minutes of the movie. No, it's the small efforts, the small steps, letting people know, getting informed with the correct information, and then doing what's necessary day in, day out, and that way we'll win.
Yeah, as I said, I mean, the other thing about going directly to your website is that it's straight from the horse's mouth, because you, as you rightly pointed out,
the ones there. Yeah.
Yep, you're actually in the meetings there. I believe they've closed that particular loophole now, haven't they? Since
yes, I think they pulled the ladder up, and we were lucky. Really, it was a little bit skill, probably 20% skill, and it was 80% pure dumb luck that the National Health Federation was accredited as a Codex organization, able to attend the meetings. And what that means is we attend the meetings, and I actually didn't finish giving you the description of the attendees now that I think about it. You have the government delegates, thank you. You have the government delegates, then you have the INGOs, the International Non-Governmental Organizations, and we can speak out just the same as the country delegates. We don't have a vote, but then no one has a vote. It's done by consensus. But most of the INGOs, I'd say 90%, 95% maybe, I'm kind of guesstimating here.
Are companies like Monsanto, for example?
Yeah, exactly. They're trade organizations representing companies. Like you have the world, seated next to me at many meetings is the World Sugar Research Organization, or you have the Soft Drink Manufacturers Association, the International Dairy Federation. You have all sorts of groups like that are special interest groups meant to promote financial, commercial interests. The only ones that represent the consumers are the NHF, because we're a consumer organization. We don't represent health food stores or anything like that, although they benefit from our efforts. And Consumers International, the Infant Baby Formula Action Network, and us. I mean, that's really about it on consumer organizations.
Yeah, I noticed we at Northeast Truth, a few of us attended a public meeting attended by some significant characters in relation to water a couple of weeks ago. And their noses seemed to be quite put out that members of the public had actually turned up to this public meeting, and they had to change a lot of the text that took place, because they had to switch from talking about us as if we weren't in the room to talking about us as if we weren't in the room, basically.
That's funny.
Again, their general attitude seems to be, it's a little club, basically, and you have managed to sneak in under the wire, and you're not the right sort to be at these meetings, are you?
They were particularly unhappy that we were so clued up on fluoride.
Yes. I want to tell you a compliment that we received in the official Codex video. It's actually very professionally, very nicely done that the Codex Alimentarius Commission puts out. They do a nice little explanation of their work. It's probably, 10 minutes long. You can actually go on their website and download it, or